Welcome back to Left on Red, GoLoud original podcast with me, Brenda Dennehy.
And me, Julie Haynes.
We're back for our bonus episode and it is straight to our dilemmas. Hi girls, love the podcast. So last year I met this fella through mutual friends. He is so lovely. Only thing is his partner before me died of cancer 2 years before we met. After a few months he told me he needed time and wasn't over her, so we stayed friends. No bad blood at all. Fast forward to this year, he got in contact and asked would I try again because he was in a better place. I agreed and he's been so lovely. We speak every day but I've not seen him in over 5 weeks now. He says he had got a lot of work going on, that he has the flu. Then his friend was taken to hospital. I'm very confused by this as it feels like a lot of excuses, but he still texts me every single day, most of the day as well. I really don't know what I should do. I did mention it to him and he told me not to worry, he is just busy. But 5 weeks?
5 weeks is a very long time, right, isn't it?
It is a long time.
And I'd love to know, how long have they been seeing each other there now?
Well, they met last year.
Yeah, and then they took a couple of months off.
They took a break, yeah, and then after a few months.
Yeah, okay.
So they're together a few months. I suppose they're not really, I think, going out with each other as such. They're just at the meeting part.
I think they're taking it slow. From what I can gather from the email, look, they're taking it slow and steady. And if I was with a guy or seen a guy and we were kind of taking it slow or steady, now 5 weeks is a long time, but he's still texting and he's texting you every single day.
I think as well, the one about, the partner dying of the cancer, there was actually a great series on ITV, My Mum, Your Dad. So it's kind of like the older version of Ireland where they put in like single parents.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and there was one man in it and Roger was his name, handsome looking man now, and his wife died 18 months ago of cancer.
Okay.
And he was in there to find new love. Now, some people were like saying, oh, it's very soon and all that, but like he's after meeting someone now and she's really lovely.
Yeah.
And you see him and it's very emotional watching it. It's a great series actually. But obviously he was very sensitive of the partner wife's death,
Absolutely,
and moving on. You could see it in him and it's very emotional. I mean, I suppose, can you imagine breaking up with someone and it being over, but then when someone's passed on, again,
it's a completely different, like it is completely different. I'd take my time with him. I'd say he's scared of his feckin' life. His heart now is broken into a million pieces and I'd say he's just really, really frightened of getting hurt or any sort of emotional, like I'd say he's just really, really nervous.
I think as well the way that he got back in touch with her, a year later, that she was still on his mind because obviously she was probably only passed on a year when they first got together. Now, there's the argument as well, how soon is it too soon to move on? I think that's on a case-by-case situation. I don't think there should be any. You know the way some people get so irate about people moving on? Oh, she moved on with him and she was only after splitting up with your guy 6 months. Everyone's situation is different.
Everyone's different. And sometimes you're in a relationship and you could be finished only 5 months, but really the relationship could be gone for the past year, even though you're together, With him, though, I'd stick with him. I would just take it easy with him. I just think he is in a really, really hard, he just went through an awful lot the last couple of years, obviously.
I think as well, do you know what? Knowing me then, I'd have to say it. Of course I would. I'd have to be like, listen, this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like that you're very distant and you've kind of said you were busy with the last 5 weeks. There's always seems to be something up, like what is the actual situation? Otherwise my head would be going 90. I just... the way I'd be carrying on in my own head.
I know. And we do overthink stuff as well. But I just think this man just went through an awful lot. And I think just take it easy with him. And hopefully it will all work out for the two of you. Because I'd say he's mad about you. And you're obviously mad about him. So I really do, fingers crossed, that it'll all work out for the two of you.
And I think as well, the fact that he came back to her as well.
So that shows a lot. He was obviously thinking of you as well for those, the 12 months.
Yeah. And if you're speaking to someone every single day...
I'd love that.
Yeah. Just because you mightn't see someone either. Like, you're still having nearly a relationship speaking to them every single day.
Yeah. It'd be different now if she emailed in and was like, look, he's kind of after ghosting me for the past 5 weeks and he doesn't text me and doesn't ring me. I'd be like, oh, come here, drive your man on. Yeah. But the fact that he's actually still picking up the phone and still texting her and still making contact. Yeah. Yeah, I would say just kind of go easy on him. And as Brenda said, maybe do sit him down and see what his story is and see how he's feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we have a second dilemma here now, and it's actually a voice note.
My wife, she put on a lot of weight, being honest, right? And I really don't know what to do. I'm actually going mad for her. I want to help her lose the weight, but I don't know what to say because I would hurt her feelings if I said anything. Can you please help?
Oh, Lord. We're actually speechless.
Like, stuck for words. Both myself and Brenda, stuck for words are. Like, if a fella came to me and said, Julie.
Yeah, I know, but it sounds like he hasn't said anything to her, and he's asking what should he say to her. Like, how would you want to be approached? How would you want to be approached if you had put on weight? When you were with the last guy you were seeing, did you, like, I don't want to say the word term, let yourself go?
I think we do when you do get into a relationship at the start, because everything is revolved around food. You're bored, let's get a takeaway, let's do date night, what is it, go to a restaurant, a fancy restaurant or whatever. Like, I comfort eat anyways. Any relationship I ever got into, I always put on weight at the start.
Did you? Yeah.
Always, because that's all we do is eat. Go out for restaurants, like get takeaways, you know, sit down, have movie night, eat popcorn, eat chocolate. Like, oh my God, I always put on weight at the start. Would I like him to say it to me? No.
Yeah, it's very hard. I think you probably know that you're kind of after putting on a few pounds yourself and you're aware of it. And then it's going to be very hard if someone else says it to you as well, you know. I'd imagine with the situation, if it was the other way around, would the woman say it to the man? Unlikely?
I probably would.
Would you say it to him?
I'd say, see, yeah, I would.
Would you say it to him?
That's it now. Like, see, this is where this is the confusing part, because I think I'd be well able to say to my fella, "Come here, you're after going to put on a couple
yeah,
of pounds." It's different for a woman, though, isn't it?
We're so super sensitive when it comes to weight. I remember, I'd put on a good stone and a half my first year of college.
Because you were probably out drinking as well.
Oh,
takeaways and stuff.
I didn't there was no nutrition there.
No.
None. And like I'd say I got up to my heaviest probably, you know what I mean? And I did blow, like I was pudgy, like myself. That was me. I looked pudgy, whatever. And I was going out with a lad at the time. He'd no fucking mass of me anyway. But I remember, all right, he was after telling you. I remember he said, you're after getting fat. I remember he said it to me, and I'll never forget it. I hadn't seen him in a few weeks. It was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. And I kind of, you know when you're after like putting on weight, you know it. Yeah. But then it's when someone else says it, it's kind of like, you know, that's clarity now for me. But it's really bad then when they say it. But it's different
then if our mum says it to us, like, come here, you're to put on a couple of pounds there, you're right, or something like that, you know, as a mum. But fuck it, if a fella said to me.
Said it to you.
But then if we were living together, I think I would be able to say it to him.
Yeah.
But for him to say it to me, it's a fucking.
And why is it all right for him to?
I don't know.
Say it to him and him not to say it to her? And I know there's the whole thing as well, for better or worse, sickness and health and all that kind of stuff, and you shouldn't care. You know, I suppose it's a very hard one. It depends on their kind of situation, but he does sound very worried. Like he sounds like a nice lad.
Yeah, and I suppose because he reached out to us as well, and like it could be down to like she might be a bit sad and like she might be comfort eating, because I know that's what I do. Maybe he's just worried that she's doing that and there's something upsetting her.
I would say as well, subtle hints, like we go down to the gym together, we go for a walk together, we go for a run together. If he said that, if he's into that kind of fitness, you know, rather than you'd want to go for a run, you'd want to go down to the gym there, let's do it together. And even though she might realise, is that a bit of a hint at me, maybe that might be the wake up call for her.
But it's a subtle way of saying it, instead of sitting down and be like, you're up a fortune of weight there.
Yeah.
It's a bit more, you're doing it in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
You know?
I have a friend now, and her boyfriend, he won't stop eating like loads of, it's all McDonald's, and it's actually causing huge friction between the relationship. Like, it's just because all she's seen, it's not even that he's putting on the weight, it's just the amount, and the
amount of money as well you'd spend.
But see, it's the bad food. Each should feel like shit, right?
Yeah.
So obviously he's like doing nice and he's eating all this. I don't think it's such that the weight he's putting on, but she's just really infuriated because of the money he's spending on the food. As well, his form is down. He's cranky, he's moody, right?
Yeah.
And that's causing serious friction. Well, she was on one day to me there, it was all we discussed.
Yeah.
His eating, and it wasn't even the weight thing, but then there's those habits as well. But like, she passed comment on what he was eating. He lost the plot. Came back with 2 McFlurries, and he's like, "Oh, I brought you back a McFlurry. I knew you were busy at work all day because she was working from home." She snapped at him, as in, "You only went for that McFlurry for me." And there was a massive drama over the McFlurry.
Yeah, I suppose you don't like somebody telling you then how to eat and stuff like that. But I do agree. I think do it in a roundabout way. Do it as like, oh, we should start eating a bit more healthier now, and let's get out for a walk, you know, whatever, like it's a lovely evening, let's go out for a walk. Just get her involved instead of sitting her down and be like, come here, you're up a fucking fortune weight.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Just do something like, let's go to the gym together, let's get out for a walk and let's eat healthier.
Yeah. And do you think us as women, we kind of, once we get settled with someone, do you think we're kind of like, oh, sure, I'll leave the brakes off there now and I'll just kind of eat whatever I want and I don't have to worry about myself anymore, you know?
Well, I do. I did.
Yeah. I did before, but I don't know, but I know in circumstances, I suppose I'm more health aware.
Yeah.
Because I would be eating good stuff that make me feel good. You know?
Yeah. But
nutrition
I
value.
remember, and like anytime I got with a fella or seen a fella, it's fucking our lives revolved around
food.
Food, let's go out for dinner, let's sit down, let's eat loads of chocolate, like watching a movie, like it's food.
And then
food,
when you
food.
put on weight, was the relationship change or did he say anything? I assume
No,
you put on weight.
never said nothing.
Never said nothing.
No, never said
And
nothing.
did you put on weight?
Yeah, fortune.
And they never
right.
said anything?
No.
And do you think there was ever a stage where they wanted to say anything or were they more uncomfortable sleeping with you or anything?
No, they know better.
They'd know better.
They know better
yeah,
than me.
yeah. Well, did you see there, Pierce Brosnan and his missus, Keely? She was like a top model, stunning looking woman, stunning. But I think they're together over 20 years now. And she's more of a curvy woman now. And he adores her. He adores her. And it's often made up in the media, especially on the Mail Online. I know a lot of the time, like, is in like he's still with her and he fucking adores her. And she's, you know, she's up a few sizes since he married her and everything. And then you see that that's true. Is that true love?
That's true love.
Is that true love?
Absolutely, yeah. I
You
believe
know?
so, yeah.
You know, so yeah. It's interesting, yeah.
I need a Pierce in my life.
He is a lovely man. And not that I know him or anything.
Right.
Good old Pierce.
On that note, we are off to look for a Pierce for ourselves.
Pierce Brosnan. Not Pierce Brosnan. Do you know what I'm starting to love about these dilemmas is the voice messages. I love hearing the voice.
I do too.
And as well, if we could get replies on it as well. I love a good reply of a voice message as well. I know when working on radio, and even when you're listening to radio, you always tune in more for the voice message, don't
different
you?
voice is nice,
Different
yeah,
voice. So yeah, if you want to send in your voice messages, you can send it to my Instagram, Brenda's Bits, Julie's Instagram, Julie Twins and me, or else the Left on Red Instagram. And if someone wants to send in their dilemma, how do they do it, Jule?
LOR@GoLoudNow.com.
So that's it for us. Another week of dilemmas done.
Yeah, so from me, Julie Haynes.
And me, Brenda Dennehy.
Take care, everyone. Bye.